What's going on, Soul Fam? Welcome to another video, and today's video is going to be a little bit different. I just wanted to hop on here and literally just film a little bit about what I've been going through and where I've been and a little bit of my journey so you guys can be all caught up and I can just officially spill the beans with, what I've been experiencing and what I've been going through. And the intention of all this isn't just to bore you with my story, but hopefully to help give you some perspective and maybe through the journey that I've taken and the decisions that I've decided to take throughout this journey, it can help give you some guidance or some inspiration because of that. Um, so I'll just kind of get right into it. Obviously, it's been a little while since I've been online, either on TikTok or on YouTube or any of the other places that I'm normally on, even Instagram. And a while back, I had said I'm done with everything. I'm done with the readings, and I'm done with the healings, and I'm done with the one-on-ones and the coaching, and I'm done with everything. And there was kind of just this complete meltdown of that part of my business, that part of my life. And I haven't really spoken about this publicly yet or announced anything, but I just the truth was I got really burnt out. That's the honest to God truth. And there was a part of my soul that just really needed to stop and really needed to stop what I was doing to almost in a way give back to myself or to prove to myself that I could, because I was in this space of trying to give and trying to help so many people in the way that my heart genuinely can give to other people through readings and through healings and through one-on-one sessions and things like that. But that, quite frankly, became really exhausting after a long time of doing it. And on top of that, my life has also changed to a tremendous degree because, as opposed to before, maybe a year ago, at this time, I'm in a relationship. I have a home and bills and a little doggy and, like my own little family here, right? And so it's kind of what I realized is my life is very different than it was a year and a half ago, and I can't expect the style of what I'm here to provide to stay the same. And as I evolve, my business or my way of earning money or my livelihood has to evolve as well alongside it. And I think I was missing that point for a long time. Or I kind of knew that, but I didn't really know how to go about navigating that shift or navigating that change. And, instead of taking a kind of more analytical or safe or step-by-step approach in classic Brandon fashion, I just decided to nuke the whole thing and just say it's all done. And, I was telling Paula, my girlfriend, this, is that I really did mean what I said on that live stream about the twin flame stuff. And I said, where I said, I'm done and this is it. And that, and I really, that there was a part of me that really did need to die and really did die through that time and space that I took. And I think I mentioned this in the last live stream as well. I was able to do some things I really wanted to do and build some Shopify stores and earn money in a different way and even apply to jobs and just kind of find me and what I really wanted to be and do without necessarily giving so much from my time and energy, which is what I was really just getting drained on. And, from that death of sorts and from that transformation, what I realized is, and I mentioned this in the live stream, is that I'm still the same person, right? And my services and what I'm able to give is still special and unique to me, right? Just like each one of you, each has a special service and a uniqueness to you. But what I want and where I'm going and what my goals are and how those services affect me have all changed. And I think when it comes to life and business, and especially life purpose, right? Many of you watching this will be no doubt like stepping into your life purpose and trying to discover what that is, and then finding a way to also make money as well as do your life purpose or decide which to do or to prioritize. And trust me, that's not an easy thing either, because I'm going through that as well. Um, there's big decisions that need to be made along the way. And I do truly believe that it all leads down to the same destination. It all leads down to the same road, but sometimes it's not easy to get there. And you have to kind of make these mistakes and trip and fall, sometimes publicly. And sometimes you can minimize the damage a little bit, which is nice, but sometimes it's just going to be, you know, um, and I just feel that that's essentially what I've gone through, and that's what I've taken you guys through too. And I know, you know, my community, my soul family, you guys have been so kind and so loving and so patient and just so like understanding, right? It's like you're never upset that I am either changing fields or taking a pause or claiming that I'm done and then coming back later. And you've been so unconditionally loving and forgiving. And I just appreciate that from you guys. And I really do see you as just a part of me, a part of my family. I have ever since I began this channel. For those of you guys who are new, right? I've been doing tarot now for on YouTube at least for at least 2 years, if not 2.5 years. A little over 2.5 years, I think, or somewhere around there. Anyways, point being, I guess one of the points of this video, besides me just sharing where I've been and what I've been going through, and hopefully in the name of helping you guys through being able to relate, is sometimes you're not gonna know at all, even from someone who claims to be able to help others with their life purpose, what your purpose is. And you basically have to try out a bunch of stuff and see what works and see what sticks and what doesn't. And you know that because of the way that, at least I know that because of the way my body feels and my body reacts and, you know, what your energy says. And one of the things I've learned too is that if you can just, nothing is going to be effortless, right? Like we say a lot of times, like things should be effortless or take no energy, but that's not exactly true, because especially when it comes to earning finances, there is an energy exchange involved. Like you do have to give your energy out in order to receive a different form of it back, which is money. So there's always going to be effort involved in order to gain something that you want to experience or that you desire. But it's how you choose to put that effort into the world to receive something back that matters the most, in my opinion. So it's been a bit of a whirlwind in that regard. And, you know, I realize that there's gifts that I have that somehow, right, people see as something that they would want to pay money, actual money for. And that's still something to this day I think it's hard for me to believe. And regardless of what I personally feel about that, or maybe, you know, what my ego says I should be, or what I'm rejecting about myself, that in itself is and has been the cornerstone of where I go and what I continue to do, for both for a living as well as for my purpose. Because people will always tell you, it's one thing I've learned, it's people will always tell you what you're meant to do and what they really value about you, not necessarily from you, but about you, because they're just different aspects of us that we can express. And it's our job to find out which parts of ourselves we choose or want to express at any given moment. And that's really brings me to my next point, which is, you know, some of you guys might have seen, I'm not offering coaching services or one-on-one services right now. And that's also by design, and that may change in the future. I'm definitely never going to say that it's just done forever, because I don't know that. And even when I thought that things were done forever, there's always a way that they could come back into your life. And so I never say never at this point in time. And I'm choosing to let things flow. But for right now, one-on-one sessions and coaching is just out for me, because it's just not a fit for my energy right now. And it's not how I desire to choose to spend my energy. And possibly, right, in conjunction with that, maybe I can choose to spend my energy in other areas that will provide more impact for other people. Because at the end of the day, it really comes down to how the energy you put into any given thing impacts people or how many people it can impact per unit of energy you put into it. You know what I mean? It's like the intensity or the amount of impact that you can serve to one person within that one piece of effort you're putting in versus and or how many people, right? How many people you can impact with that same amount of energy you put into something. And that's really what I'm measuring at this time. And while coaching has been great and many people have gotten amazing effects, my bet is that right now I believe I can build things or do things that would impact more people all at once versus having to allocate a certain amount of energy towards a single one-time session or coaching session. So yeah, I don't really have too much of a point to this video besides that. I kind of just wanted to give an update video and just kind of share some things I learned. But I'd say the one thing, major thing I've learned this whole time is, again, that, in this journey of trying to figure out your place and trying to figure out where you're supposed to go and trying to figure out who you are, there's two things to remember. And one is that it's never going to be linear. I've learned that it's never going to be linear, meaning it's never going to be a straight line to success or to feeling fulfilled or to knowing what you're here to do and impacting many people. And, that's kind of just a lie. That whole dream of like, now I'm living my purpose and I'm impacting millions of people and like I'm in it. Like that's kind of just a illusion. I'm sure that can and will happen someday for myself and for many of you watching if you want that. But I don't think there's just a point in time where you've just arrived. I think it just kind of gradually might happen over time. And one day you'll look back and you'll go, oh, I guess I'm living the thing that I always saw as living my purpose. And that's cool. But I know there's more too. So I got to keep going. Right. So it's like, I just feel like sometimes myself and maybe all of us get caught up in trying to figure out like what that one specific thing is or what the one perfect way to earn money for our lives is that gives us back what we need to survive and prosper. And I just don't think it works like that. I think from what I've learned as, a newly made entrepreneur in this last 2.5 years is just, you try a bunch of things that you can do in a valuable way for people or that people deem as valuable or they get impact from you. And then you do that a bunch and you sustain yourself. And then you learn through sustaining yourself by sustaining others with your service, that you learn where you're valued in society. You learn what and where people want you to give back to them. And from that, you can make some really good decisions about what your next steps can be, or where you're meant to go, but never without the permission of the people that you're here to impact. And that might sound like kind of a weird line for some of you guys. You guys might be like, well, what do you mean? You should be free and do whatever you want. And yes, okay, fair enough. But at the same time, if you're looking to sustain yourself and to receive money, which is energy from other people around you, you have to pay attention to what people value about you and people want from you. And that, when you really hone into that and you really allow yourself to give to that, as opposed to just doing whatever the hell you want to do because you think that that's better or think that's funner, I think that is really how you hone in on your purpose. And for whoever this is for, I don't know, but if it's one thing I've learned, it's not about you. I always think like, okay, well, but what do I want to do? Like what do I want to do and where do I want to be? And it's like, fair enough. And I'm sure that that's a good question to ask. But the other thing is, well, what about what others need from you? What about what they're requesting from you? What about what they find valuable about the services you're providing to them? And why not do more of that? You know what I'm saying? And so this may just be for people in their astrology chart that have a North Node retrograde, because that's where I believe my North Node's retrograde. I have to double check, but that basically means that you don't really know your purpose, and your purpose is kind of discovered in time and like through periods of chaos, essentially, where you have to figure it out on your own. So I kind of feel like, that's essentially what I've been through. But I do think it's a valuable lesson I can hopefully pass on to you guys, is like, if you're looking for who you are and you're looking for your purpose, don't look in what you necessarily want to be. Take that into account, but look more into what other people are needing and wanting from you that you can give and give effort to in exchange for equal or more than what you're even giving in. Because oftentimes when you find the thing people really need about you and really value about you, or a service or a product you're providing, they will give you more than what you even put into it. They will give you way more back, because it's your God-given gifts are what people really cherish, and they can feel that. And they feel that, let's say, even if an asking price is like $20, they'll happily give you 100, because that's how much impact your gift gave to them. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's the key to abundance. That's the key to really figuring out why you're here. And it's about that service. It's about identifying where you can be most of service, and not letting the other things get in the way. And learn from me. Learn from what you've seen me do through this whole, if you're planning on doing a YouTube channel or a TikTok or whatever it is you want to do, I think that's awesome. And learn from me and go, just remember what the people need, and don't self-sabotage. Don't nuke yourself. And when you're going through self-discovery times, just be upfront with people and let them know. But, also just remember that at the end of the day, you're going to become wealthy, you're going to become healthy, and you're going to become fulfilled in love and in life when you are doing the thing that people value about you, and that gives back and serves other people genuinely. And probably, I'm just really haven't discovered this yet, but I'm guessing what my intuition says is, if you can find that thing and just focus on that thing and grow that thing to be as plentiful and as abundant as it can possibly be for both parties, that service that you uniquely can give, that most people value, you can probably build a life where you then get to do what you want to do and be what you want to be as well on top of that. But also still always remembering that place of service where you're giving and where people really value your impact. So anyways, those are some thoughts, some messages about what's been going on with me, and plans moving forward, just so you guys know, in replacement of the one-on-one sessions and the coaching, I'm likely just going to start going live a bunch. I specifically found that like live streams are the place where I can impact a lot of people, and also, provide a service such as readings, such as healings, things like that, where people really value it. And it works for me a little better. So live streams, no coaching, no one-on-ones for now. And just continuing to expand this channel, explore with this channel, provide content from this channel, hopefully that are helpful to you guys from a place of service, humbly, right? And I know that most of you guys love tarot. Most of you guys love those zodiac messages. So I do plan on continuing those as best I can. They've had pretty good responses this week, so I'm definitely going to keep going with that. Astrology stuff coming up, maybe more purpose stuff, maybe just more chats like this. I'm not sure, depending on how you guys like this. Where I just share what I've been going through in some recent lessons. And so we'll start with that one. We'll start with that, and then we'll see where this goes. I'm not going to edit this video probably at all, so it's going to be nice and raw for you guys. But yeah, definitely feel free to say hi in the comments. Leave a like if you enjoyed this content. Lets me know that you value this type of talk. Subscribe if you're new and this is your first time here. Subscribe. We'd love to have you as part of the Soul family. And definitely, one last thing I'll say is definitely we will be going live every Sunday. That is one thing I can commit to. Is Sunday live streams are back. Tarot, astrology, modern events, the whole shebang. So remember that. Official time, I haven't decided yet. It's always been 1 p.m., but that may or may not change, but I'll make an announcement soon enough. So anyways, much love to you guys, and I hope you're doing well. I know that it's not the easiest time. Trust me, I know. We've been definitely feeling a lot of stuff as well over here. It's been pretty intense. And that's probably for another video to talk about all that. But just know that we're here and we're going through this stuff, and we definitely plan on coming back in a big way. That's way more, I'd say, just real and aligned and authentic. And that's one of the things that me and Paula, my girlfriend, have taught each other, is just being in this relationship alone is what teaches you how to really just humble down and also like be real with who you are and embody that. So here we go. It's going to be a lot more of like weird, authentic, goofy, crazy, magical Brandon coming out to play with everyone. And that sounds weird, but okay. We'll just stop it there and have a good time. So hope you guys are ready for that. Thanks for tuning in. And again, leave me a comment if you enjoyed this content, you want more of it. Awesome. And I can't wait to see you guys on Sunday. It's going to be a big day, so I'm looking forward to it. And much love to you all. Thank you so much for everything. And I will see you on the next one. Bye for now.